Hello. Thank you for tuning in and listening wherever you might be doing so from around the globe. Happy Friday. Welcome to the weekend. I think we can all use one. This is episode 34 of our ongoing podcast series, The Anatomy of Modern Romance Scams. I'm Michael B. and once again, I'll be your host. Interestingly, this last week, I've had 4 conversation starters. 2 on Facebook and 2 on LinkedIn. I'm not making this up. I don't have to. In fact, many of you have probably received the same or similar messages. They always begin the same way. A casual hello, an innocent question, an attempt to start or continue a conversation. Exactly as I described in both of my books. This time I did something a little bit different. I knowingly let both conversations continue on LinkedIn. Not because I believe them, but because I wanted to see if the playbook had changed. It hadn't. Not at all. Now, if you're familiar with LinkedIn, you probably recognize that it's more of a business-concentric social media platform. Sure, there's a lot of personal information and a lot of personal stories shared there, but it's very business-centric. So I wanted to let these 2 conversations run. The first one, LinkedIn stopped it on a response back from this person to something that they said. I have no idea what they said, but all I know is it said that there's conversation that got blocked. I couldn't find that person. The second one continued. First came the friendly conversations. Then came the request to exchange pictures of all things. And then, hey, would you want to move this conversation to Signal or WhatsApp or Telegram? Then they start asking me personal things like my age, where I lived, was I married? And then finally, the last conversation was, I've been dabbling in cryptocurrency, and what do you know about it? And are you interested in learning about that? Okay. That was it. The rules just continued to snap. So it was the same script, but it was a different platform, a business related platform. So yeah, DBW. I deleted the conversation, blocked the user, and walked away. I don't need to test that theory anymore. It resonates. It works across every platform, across any text. If I'd only understood that before my own life changed forever. Looking back now, the pattern seems so obvious to me. I guess that's why the regret can be so painful. The rest of today's episode is going to be a little bit different. It is going to be longer, so hopefully you'll have some time to kick your feet up and lean back and listen for a while. Several months ago, fellow podcaster Nicole Ringgold invited me to share my story. I go into quite a few details with her. So, with her permission, I'm sharing that interview with you today. You'll find Nicole to be very thoughtful, very compassionate, and an excellent interviewer. I'll include the link to both her podcast and her website in the description. As you listen, I hope that you'll take away a few things. First, resolve that my story will never become part of your story. Secondly, if you've already been scammed, Don't let it define the rest of your life. Recover as much of yourself as you possibly can. And finally, remember the 15-30 rule. 15 seconds. That's all it takes to delete, block, and walk away. Those 15 seconds can save you from 30 years of consequences. All those invoices. DBW isn't just a slogan. It's an action. And it works. As always, please validate before you trust. Protect what you've worked so hard to build. Remember those 3 words. Delete, block, and walk. Until next time, please be safe. Always, always stay safe. I'm Huckabee.